Welcome to the Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to the Actor's Choice. My first guest today is a winner of NAACP Best Director Award for Anthony and Cleo. Ooh, and Much Ado About Nothing. So this lady is doing very well as a director. I'm glad to hear about that. She has directed over 75 stage productions. I have to talk to her. There's an area I need to talk to you about that because
okay.
it's a bad area for me. Bad. I'm going to say it anyway. What the heck? People come here to Hollywood. They want to be a star. There's nothing wrong with that. But they come here and they do TV, they do film, but they don't get up on that stage. What's wrong with people?
No. I don't know what's wrong with these people because Denzel's doing Othello on Broadway right now. And we know George Clooney is going to do Broadway. And a lot of actors have figured out that that's the place that you get to do the most exciting work. Because, once you're on stage, nobody can stop you.
Right. Well, at least I got it out. You have directed over 75 stage productions, including on Golden Pond with Salome Jens and Andrew Prine.
It's Salome Jens and Andrew Prine. Yes. Salome is a very famous Broadway actress herself and a teacher at the Actors Studio. She was one of the best people I've ever directed in my life, the best actress. She was extraordinary. Loved working with her.
Gotcha. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gloria Gifford.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Lady, and welcome to the Actor's Choice. Nice to have you here today.
Thank you very much.
I'll wait till the end of the show. So, what made you? Where were you born at? That's my favorite expression. Where were you born at?
I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Why?
And my family's West Indian. We're Jamaicans. And so there's a lot of Jamaicans in Brooklyn. And then we moved to Queens where there are a lot of Jamaicans. And then I lived in Jamaica, Queens. Yes. Okay. So I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, and, went to high school in Queens. And then I went to college upstate New York. I came back and I was a caseworker for a while. And then I was the first Black executive at Bloomingdale's. And then I finally went to do what I'd always wanted to do, which was become an actress. So, but I'm a total New Yorker. Sorry, it's true. Even though I've lived in California now longer than I lived in New York.
I've never met you before, but I'm glad I met you now. You crazy. You got quite a thing going on. You got it together there. When I saw your record, seriously, I see that you have an MA from the New School. I see that you studied criminology after graduating with a degree in political science from SUNY New Paltz.
Yes, State University of New York at New Paltz. Exactly.
Yes, not bad.
When I was going there was like maybe 2% African American students. Now it's very diverse, and even has a president is even African American.
They're learning something.
It's great. Right. And I was a political science major, and believe me, there weren't women or Black women doing political science in the 60s.
Yes.
Except for my hero, Shirley Chisholm. She's my hero. So that's where I went to school.
Okay. So when you did all these things, you were an actress, you did this, you did that. What did your family and friends think about what you were doing?
I was very lucky. My parents, from the minute, I learned to read and write in Jamaica, the island, when I was like 3 years old. And when I came back to America, when I was 5, they realized that I had gotten an independence that was unbelievable. And then they always let me do whatever I wanted to do. And they always supported it. I was very, very lucky that way. My dad was a real estate broker. My mom was a seamstress. And then she's, sold Avon for like 50 years. And they just let me do what I wanted to do. And they showed up at all my shows. And I was very lucky because if you get the support of your family, you can almost do anything. It's really hard to do this business if they keep telling you, why don't you stop? I never got that. I never got that. I was lucky.
So
Because
they
the
send you plays?
Jamaicans, are supposedly we work hard. We always have 3 jobs, 5 jobs, whatever. So my parents always worked extra. So they let me work extra and do what I had to do.
Yes.
But I did get married young, and I had a son young. So I was like, by the time when I left my husband, I was a single mother being an actress. That's not so easy.
Right, would you do me a favor? Would you do me a favor?
Yes.
Take your right hand
Yes, sir.
and put it right there. You are too much. Tony, that lady is really out of sight. Oh my God. Who are some of the actors and actresses that you admire?
I really admired, I know it's crazy, Burt Lancaster and Barbara Stanwyck and of course Sidney Poitier and of course Dorothy Dandridge and Lena Horne. I was a huge fan of Lena Horne. But I've been very lucky because in my lifetime I got to almost meet everybody that I was a fan of. So my idols. I lived in Queens, and there was a little candy store on the corner, and I bought magazines, romance magazines, movie magazines, and music lyric magazines. And I filled myself with music and acting from the time I was a little girl. So, I had a lot of people that I admired and still do. Well, my favorite actor is Al Pacino. So,
Yes.
My favorite actress, I have so many.
Hit me.
When I have so many, it's like, who don't I love? I mean, right now it's like I love right now. I'm a big fan of Kathy Bates and her TV show and what she's doing, because she blows me away. And I did a play that she did. She did Frankie and Johnny in the Claire de Lune in New York, and I did it the first black version of it, directed by Sheldon Epps in Philadelphia. And I know how hard she had to work to do that. And she's a stage trained actress. She's brilliant. Everything she does, you can see her brains and her talent and her humor. So I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of hers right now as well.
So what are you doing these days? That's a little sign I have up there.
Oh God, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? I'm too old to be doing this. I'm directing 2 projects right now.
Okay.
I have one project that opens, I guess it's the beginning of the week. It opens Friday. It's the story of Adam Clayton Powell Jr., who was the first Black congressman from New York. And it's a one-man show starring Myers Clark. And it opens at our theater on Friday night. And it's going to be 5 performances, 2 weekends, actually 3 weekends, Friday and Saturday, and then a Friday. And then I'm also directing 2-person play called Two Small Bodies, very sexy whodunit mystery, starring Keturah Hamilton, who is drop-dead gorgeous, and Antonio Jaramillo, who's an extraordinary actor. And that's opening March 15th. So I guess I'm not going to have any rest till May. Good. And so when May comes,
you get.
But I teach every weekend anyway. I teach on every Saturday and every Sunday, and I teach on Wednesday night. So really, I need a rest.
Yes, you do.
You know, I'd like to rest, Ron. I'd like to rest right on a TV show. I'd like to guest star on 3 shows that I love, and that would be nice rest for me. That's what I would
love. Please tell all of our people who are watching, go to our Facebook. Look out there. You'll see all the information that this lady just told you, time and place and all those good things. We normally would do it that way and have another way.
That's great.
It worked out today. Up. Oh, look at it.
Wow, you're wow, thank you. Wow, it ends April 26th, so I don't get any break till May. Okay.
I'm glad you did that. I'm playing Powell because there's a lot of young people today's young people, they never heard of the man.
Never heard of him. And he was very flavorful and colorful, and he had a very exciting life. And he was married to another great woman, Hazel Scott, who was a great.
Yes. Isabel was ahead of him.
Yeah. And so, I'm very excited about that because that was my time. When I was growing up, he was one of the people in New York from Harlem, where you're from, who was, was somebody who was trying to make a difference in civil rights, which was huge. We could use him today. He was a great orator.
Yes.
And, he was fighting for, integration and all the things that, we can take for granted today.
Yes.
He was working really, really hard for. Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Amazing human being. Just really amazing.
Yes. I will say this. When I was born, Harlem Hospital, we lived at 306 West 138th Street. Hello there.
In the heart.
It was right up the street from his father, Adam Clayton Powell's father.
His church.
Right. And then here he comes, Adam Clayton Powell, 2, and his son, 3.
So you're a New Yorker, so
yes,
you
ma'am.
know all about Adam Clayton Powell.
Oh,
and that there's an Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard.
Yes.
In New York.
Yes.
Deal. He's a big deal. But yeah, young people don't know who he is. And some people have done movies about him. I think the director Oz Scott has done a movie about him, and different people, have. But it's not big. We need like somebody really big to star in that. Maybe Myers Clark will hit it with great.
There he is. There he is. Look at, go ahead, Tony.
Wow, how'd you get that so fast?
He does things like that. He can do that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
He had good hair. Look at that hair. He had good hair.
Did he? Okay.
How do I know that? Because A, I saw him, or B, I broke out my second braid. You ever seen this guy before?
No.
It's my phone.
Yes.
And I say to it, okay, Brewington, okay, Google, they'll give me anything I want to know.
Is this an iPhone?
Yes.
I have a Droid, so.
Yeah.
I don't have an iPhone. Wow, you get everything.
We call it second brain. Second brain.
Second brain. Yeah, well, Adam Clayton Powell, so you're going to be the only person I'm talking to who I don't have to explain who he is. Thank you. Yeah, he was quite a figure.
I'll take a look at it because I feel like you'll see that play for sure. Yes.
Well, you're welcome to come as my guest and you can bring a guest and just let me know. You just, send a message to my assistant and we will put seats for you right in the front row and you can see. And then you can give me a critique of it and tell me, you left this out. You should have put that in. And that's fine. I don't have a problem.
I don't do that. No, okay. That's not me. No,
I don't. Look at that.
Oh, yes,
I want that picture. Oh, that's such a great picture.
Good hair.
He had a good mouth. He was a talker.
Oh, could he speak? Woo!
Yeah, he sure could.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a role model. I mean, we were very lucky in the 60s because we had men really powerful men that really were making something happen.
Yes.
And, thank God we didn't have the internet then, or they would have found 50 million things wrong with him and tried to, choke him. But, the point is that that we did have these men and they were role models and everyone should know about them.
We got a few more minutes to go, but would you take us from step to step before what's it like putting a play together?
Well, it takes a lot of people to make something happen.
Yes.
The director, it has the vision, but you have the actors have their input, and you have costume and lights and everything else like this. And it takes a lot of work to explore. My training was with Michael Shurtleff and Milton Katselas, and I'm trained to explore the characters and really get deeply into them. And that's a lot of the work that I put in before we actually even start moving around. Who are these people? And why are they doing what they're doing? And this particular play, I saw it many years ago, starring an actress by the name of Judith Ivey, who went on to Broadway and won a number of Tonys. And I was blown away by this play because it starts out as a murder mystery and it becomes a story about two people who are so disconnected from life, but they connect with each other. And it has some, it's a little bit erotic and it's got some, romance in it. And I wanted to show that because I feel a lot of us walk around life disconnected and searching for someone to understand us, to get us. And Two Small Bodies ends up being about two people. So, it's hard for the actors because it's only two people and they have to do all the work and they can't live, miss any lines.
Yes.
So, but these are strong actors, so I'm not worried about them. You know, Antonio, he played Jennifer Lopez's husband on Shades of Blue, and he also was a guest. He was a series regular on The Mayans and a series regular on Meet the Browns for Tyler Perry. And so he's a very extraordinary Latin actor. Katora is also Jamaican like me, but she's actually born there. She's tall and gorgeous, and you know, and she's a hard worker. They're both hard workers. So you know, I'll be going to rehearsal later today.
Okay.
And because I'm in rehearsal all week. They're killing me. No.
One thing I love about them when everything starts out with my favorite four-letter word, an idea. That's what you girls do.
It's true.
Folks, I just want to let you know, Roberta Flack, the Grammy-winning singer and pianist, intimate vocal and musical style of Killing Me Softly, his song, The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face, and other hits. She died today.
Roberta Flack?
88 years old. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Oh, look at that. May God rest her in peace. God bless you, lady. Thank you for what you gave us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was
Gloria?
Yeah.
I wish I had more time. We got to get you.
Oh, you're kidding. It's gone already?
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. 17 minutes. I'm on the clock. 17 minutes.
Well, I want to thank the NAACP for giving me 2 awards for directing Shakespeare with music. And I love that they always support what I'm doing and that they come, and we have a very diverse, inclusive theater company. And I've always been that. I've been doing that for like at least 25 years, making sure that everything is inclusive. And the NAACP has been very kind, and Philip Sokoloff also, who is the publicist. But Ron, I'm so glad I got to meet you because
feeling is mutual, as we call it, mutual.
Yeah, and you're going to come and see Adam Clayton Powell Jr. and you're going to get those seats, and then you're going to talk to me afterwards and give me your notes.
Did you hear that, Tony? She said, "Give her the notes."
I want your notes, please.
I want your notes. Okay.
Yes, though. Yeah, that would be very exciting for me.
That would be exciting for both of us. Thank you so much, lady.
Thank you, Ron. What a pleasure.
You got to
keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate you.
We'll see.
So I'm going to be leaving now. Right? I just hit the leave button and I'm gone. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today is a recent graduate of NYU with a BM, whatever that is. What's a BM? I'll ask him on that. He'll give it to me what that is. With a BM in vocal performance. After graduation, he moved back here to LA to seek out the theater community. Yay! But he's been a snake. The school for the theater's co-op. His favorite roles from NYU indicate Lumira in Beauty and the Beast, Man 2 in Edges, and Songs for a New World. Well, he's here today, ladies and gentlemen, handsome, suave de bona, good-looking guy, to talk about a new play that he's in called Bad Boy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome actor and singer Ben Raanan. Hi, Ben.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, there's one of you over there, one of you over there. Oh, there you are.
Oh,
Glad to have you here today. Glad to have you here today. We have some technical problems. Unfortunately, we won't be able to show you a movie. Yeah, we did bring it to you.
that's okay.
My television went out on me. So,
Oh,
you know, that kind of stuff. We'll come back to you again. We'll come back to you again. Now, where were you
okay.
born, sir? Where were you born?
What's up?
Where were you born?
I was born right here in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yep.
And let me see if I got this right. Born in New York, went to college born in LA, went to college in New York. How come?
Well, when I was touring colleges, it ended up being between NYU and USC. And I toured USC, and the tour guide, he was like, "Well, what are you trying to pursue?" And I was like, he said, "Do you want to do film and TV, or do you want to do stage?" And I was like, "Stage."
Yes.
Like, go to New York.
Yes.
So I listened.
Oh, it's these things happen. There's nothing people can do about it. These things happen, and you had a good time. That's the way it is.
I did, yeah. It
Yes.
was fun.
It's fun. You got the world of this,
Hmm.
that's speaking, and the world of that singing. Which one you like the best?
Definitely singing.
Singing.
Definitely singing. Oh yeah, hands down.
Me. Oh Lord, did you hear that?
Exactly.
Stand your job, Brewington. Don't get out, get out, get out. Don't leave it alone. What made you want to be an actor?
Oh God. I mean, I think I just always was a very I was always kind of a ham, honestly. Like I watched like the home videos from when I was little and I'm like jumping in front of the camera and like doing different things for the camera. So, I think I just kind of had that instinct and then when I saw musicals or like musical movies, it was like I want to do that. And I think in high school I saw they did Beauty and the Beast at my high school and I saw it and I was like I can't believe I need to do that right now. So I auditioned and I never looked back. I got a lead in the play the next year. Yeah.
Okay. Again, East Coast, West Coast, you went to Broadway. When you went in those places in Broadway, what was that like?
I mean, I never auditioned for Broadway. I was very much in school at the time, but it is very different over there. The New York musical theater scene is like S tier. Like they're very, very. I mean, all of the most skilled musical theater actors are all in New York auditioning for all those shows. So like you go to a dance class and they're all incredible, and then like here, it's hard to even find a dance class. Like
And then they come out here to catch the sun.
yeah, exactly, they come out here to relax a little bit and be in
Yeah.
like a movie or something,
Yeah.
something easy.
What does your parents and friends think about you
Um,
being an actor?
being an actor, I was like, they like me. They're really supportive, honestly. I'm really, really grateful to have awesome parents and family who are really supportive of my acting. They paid for my college. They love to hear about it. My grandma is in the entertainment industry and she's like very invested. So yeah, I know not everyone gets kind of the green light from their
Yes,
parents for being in this industry. So
that's you.
I'm really lucky that I did.
After I heard about this, I understand that you went to a school here in Los Angeles. Well, actually, not Los Angeles, SMC.
A little bit, yeah. So I took choir at SMC because
Yes.
I was missing choir. So I
Okay.
wasn't I didn't take any other classes, so I don't know if you would really call me an SMC student, but I did
Yep.
choir just like for fun.
Yep.
And that was really fun for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Once you step on that campus, you're one of them.
All right, then I went to SMC.
I
I'll take
spent
it.
over 20 something years as an instructor over there at Santa Monica College.
Yeah.
Big time, yeah. But something we call it something to do. So we did it.
Something, it's something to do. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. I met a lot of friends there, so
Yeah, you meet a lot of people, very, very friendly. Define drop out. What does that mean?
well, the word dropout
Uh-huh.
uh indicates someone who dropped out of something, usually like school or college or something, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're referring to the streaming service dropout.tv, which I'm a huge fan of. And they're like a bunch of like improv and sketch comedians who have their own streaming service, and so they just make all kinds of TV shows based on sketches, and they have game shows, and they play Dungeons and Dragons, and it's everything that I love in the world, and I want to be part of it.
There and something tells me, a little bug is back here in my ear,
Mhm.
that you are going to one day do a little thing for a guy named Shakespeare.
I would love to do a little thing for a guy named Shakespeare, especially at the Theatricum Botanicum. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I want to do Midsummer Night's Dream at the Theatricum Botanicum
Yes.
so bad. I took a Shakespeare class in college and it was so cool. I love Shakespeare.
Yes. Well, you got everything going for you. Good looking, handsome, suave, and Limona. You got all that stuff going for you.
Thank
I
you.
would love to do that, but it's just something that you get into it because you say you're deep in it now. You got your degrees, you got everything that you're looking for.
Mhm.
You are doing right now a play. What do you call it?
It's a musical called Bat Boy. Bat
Bat
Boy the
Boy.
musical.
Okay. Can you give us a little synopsis on Bat Boy?
Absolutely. So, Bat Boy is the story of a half boy, half bat who's discovered in a cave in West Virginia. And it's the story of how a family takes him in and civilizes him and teaches him how to be human. And he has to grapple between his sophisticated human side and his um, feral animal side.
Okay.
It's like a dark comedy. It's very funny and satirical, but then it's also very dramatic and I don't know. I don't know a lot of musicals like it. It's honestly like I didn't really know it before I did it, but I'm kind of like, how does everyone not know this show? Like,
You'd be
it's so
surprised.
good.
You'd be surprised. Yeah. You have a cast of 17. That's a big food.
It's a good cast. I mean, I think it seems big, but it actually feels pretty small. I've been in casts that are like 30, 35, you know, like so 17 actually, when you really look at it on a stage, it feels very cozy and like family like.
So that's you and 16 other people, in other words.
Yep.
Okay. Who's the director?
The director is there's kind of two directors. So there's Pat Town, and he directed us for like the first half of our rehearsal process, and then he had to leave. And then we've had Amanda Wire for the end of our rehearsal process, and they're both amazing.
Okay. You're going to be doing this, let's see, out at the Village Atwater Theater?
The Atwater Village Theater, yeah, it's a historical nonprofit theater. They've been doing this for a
Yes.
good long time. They're awesome.
Yes. Opens March 1st to April 6th.
Yep.
I was just talking about something I was thinking about it that day about a lot of people when they get into the play, they feel that, they could make a movie out of that. What do you think?
Um, I mean, I think they definitely could make a movie out of this. Honestly, I think it would be better as like a limited series like TV show like White Lotus or something where there's like
Yes.
7 episodes. Um I think they could. I mean the musical is based on a real life event where they like made an article in the paper with that picture that you just showed of the Bat Boy. And it's
Yeah.
kind of like the Loch Ness Monster. Like they kind of like faked the picture and it became like a whole thing. So like this is already a musical about a real life thing, so this it would be a movie of the musical of the real life.
Yes.
Adaptation after adaptation after adaptation.
Wow. Because when you sit down on the set and you're sitting with people and you're watching them and they look at you, what do you do when you slip and they help you when you're out there?
Um, that honestly, that's one of the best parts of theater is, you know, it's not just you up there. There's everyone else is there supporting you. You know, we were doing a run the other day and I had like a tag on my shirt or like something
Uh-huh.
stuck to my pants and mid scene didn't break character at all. One of my fellow castmates just ripped it off. It's like, you know, the people got I have people backstage who help me with my quick changes. I'm changing costumes like um everyone is so supportive. It's really really awesome.
Would you say that this play is at around time and you need the time that you're seeing right now? Is that time of the year, time of events? Is it good for something like that?
Um I think so. I think it's a little bit of like a spooky vibe. I think initially the company was trying to do it around like October, like in the fall when it was like, you know, that would be the perfect time for it. But
Yep.
I do think winter time still makes sense for the show. And I think um the message of the show, which is very like, you know, open up your heart to people who are different, don't judge people based on looks, you know, like and everyone is redeemable and like kind of you never know who is really good or really bad based on how they look kind of thing. I think the time for that is perfect right now.
Interesting. Right now, you see his finger right now.
Right
Yeah.
now.
Not tomorrow, right now. Well, thank
Everyone
you for
needs to
stopping
hear
by.
it.
Say it again.
I said everyone needs to hear it. We all need to be reminded of that sometimes.
Amen. 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 Because I want to thank you for stopping by today and tell us about the new play that you're in. And I wish to say thanks to your publicist, Lucy Pollock. And to you, I say, break a leg. That's what I
Thank you
would,
so
but
much.
yeah, guys in that business, take a leg. Okay.
Thank
Please
you.
take care. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Raanan. There it is. There it is. Okay. Good to see you, fella. Make sure you get a copy. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is a young man who I've known for a while, one or two times, seen him some places. Oh, there he is right there, handsome as suave the guy. My next guest today is an award-winning actor, screenwriter, playwright, and director. Man does a lot of stuff. Man, one guy. Here's the thing. He's also the author of over 40 plays which have been produced and read in theaters around the country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, hot dog.
Yeah. How are you, Ron?
I'm doing fine. I haven't finished yet, but I'll do that.
Okay.
Among his many acting roles, ladies and gentlemen, he was a cast member in the Pulitzer Prize winning Tony-nominated Broadway production of, quote, The Kentucky Cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, without further ado, please welcome the one, the only, here we go, Levy Lee. I say that in a minute. Levy Lee Simon.
Hey,
good to
how
see
you doing? Thank you for having me. You are the myth,
man.
the man, the legend. I'm so happy to be here.
Man, good to see you. So good to see you.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess you heard about the passing of a young lady. What I put it? What I put it?
Roberta Flack?
Roberta Flack, yeah.
Yes, I did. You know, she's definitely part of the tapestry of my life, you know,
Yes.
all those amazing songs that we grew up with. And,
Yes.
you know, she left her mark, you know, it's job well done, right?
Yes. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use the videos that I had already gotten. And one that I found was called Harlem Bobby.
Harlem Bobby?
Yes, that's you standing there with Harlem behind you.
Oh, well, you know, I'm born and raised in Harlem, USA, and you know,
Yes.
you know, I've been told that I wear it on my chest like a badge,
All right.
and I
what's
do.
wrong with that, folks? I'm
Nothing
from New
wrong
York
with
City.
that. Yeah,
I'm from Harlem. Shoot.
I know.
Born and raised in Harlem Hospital.
Born and raised, right? You know. Yeah, it's not the same though. You know, gentrification has changed Harlem.
Yes.
You know, we grew up when Harlem was really Harlem, man. You
Yes.
know. Yeah.
There was something that caught my eye. What did I do with it? Something about the name of Harlem, because actually there are two, ladies and gentlemen, there are two Harlems.
Mm.
There's Harlem, and then there's the other Harlem. Where did I put it in? Where did I put it in? It is
Well, you know they're calling Harlem now Harlem Heights and New
it's
Harlem.
Spanish. That's it, Spanish.
Oh, Spanish Harlem. Well,
Spanish
yeah,
Harlem,
I mean,
yeah.
that was adjacent, right? You
Right.
know,
Mhm.
and one of the beautiful things, you know, I went to high school at Julia Richmond on
Yes.
57th Street. You know, the neighborhood, 40% Black, 40% Puerto Rican, and 20% everybody else. There was never any tension racially or anything like that. We all got
All
along.
got along, yeah.
You know, everyone just loved on each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there was any conflict, it had to do with neighborhoods, that kind of thing, but not racially. There was not any racial tension at all, which always kind of like, you know,
Yes.
where we are today compared to where we are today is a totally different thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the first ladies that I met was a young lady who was Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Wow."
Oh,
I
yeah.
had my nose right here.
Oh, yeah. Hey, beautiful culture, beautiful people. beautiful women.
Yes. Oh, there it is. I found it. I found it in front of me. Let's see. East Harlem and also Spanish Harlem once again.
Mhm.
But see, like here in LA, I live in South Central. No, you don't
Okay.
live in South Central. They changed the name. Did you know that?
Mm.
They now call it just plain old Central Los Angeles.
Wow, really? Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
The reason for that was the people who live in Central LA, they were always being said, well, there's nothing but thieves and shoot 'em up, bang, bang, and all that good stuff. We don't do that. That's just a few people over here.
Right.
Majority are over here, and we're good, clean people. And they went
Yeah.
to City Hall, and they put it, passed it up through them. And
Right.
now, the last couple of years, it's Central Los Angeles.
Wow.
So you
Wow.
keep that right in mind if you ever do that. You have two Harlems. Um, First question, my brother, where were you born? Yeah, yeah, back in those days. You are a busy guy. I was doing some search and I found a video that the video is something that you're doing. What the heck is it called? Oh, here it is. It's called The Last Revolutionary. I found that video. Unfortunately I can't play it now because we're having some technical problems.
Okay, well, The Last Revolutionary is a feature film. It started out as a play. I adapted it to a feature film with John Marshall Jones, and Michael Brewer directed. Madeline Liebert was a producer on it, and it's been a while now. We opened the Pan African Film Festival back in 2018, but the film can now be seen on Amazon Prime,
Uh-huh.
and we have done really well with that. We've got a really high IMDb rating, high ratings across the board.
Right.
And people are still watching it. I play the lead character. Well,
Yes, you
actually,
did.
John Marshall Jones and I,
Yes.
play the leads, and it's all about check it out. It's all about a revolutionary who seems to be stuck in the past of the '60s, but then we find out that everything he is wanting to talk about, wanting to strike out about, is actually happening in real time as we see today. So there is a need for that kind of resistance or whatever. But the story is really kind of a relationship story about these two guys. The other guy has, since left the revolution, or so to speak, and he's, working a real job. And we find out late in the movie that his is a secret. I'm not going to give it away, but we find out what that job is, and it's a shocking moment, and then it takes a twist, and yeah, I'm very proud of that.
I know.
I'm very, very proud of that piece. Yes.
Yes. Let's see. Michael Brewer was the director, and
Mhm.
Marla Gibbs was in that play.
Marla
That
Gibbs did
movie.
a cameo. Yeah, she
Yes.
did a cameo in the film, and she
Yes.
was so wonderful. She only has a few lines, but she almost steals the movie.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. What is John Marshall Jones doing these days?
John is, oh, he's working. He's a working actor. He's doing a lot of TV episodics and stuff. Maybe you should have him on your show.
Yes, please
I
tell
can
me.
make
Come
that
on
happen.
down. Yeah.
I can make that happen. John is, he's a hardworking, one of Hollywood's hardworking actors, he's doing his thing. Yeah.
Yes. Tell us about your life and your work.
Well, I think I mentioned in our phone conversation, I wrote a memoir that came
Mhm.
out last year called Odyssey Towards the Light. Here it is. That's it right there. And it's all about my life and growing up in Harlem. There you go, growing up in Harlem, and as a black man, I think we all have our stories, right? Mine is unique in the sense that, the neighborhood that I grew up in, Ron, 115th Street, was is a tough little block growing up, and most of those cats are, sadly, not around anymore. Many of them fell um, fell victim to the streets and and I was able to somehow, with the grace of God and a lot of people, my parents, my high school football coach, who was one of two black football coaches in all of New York City, and he was like a second father to me, and I was a very good athlete, in high school, and which got me to college. And and I'm one of I'm a dinosaur. I'm one of the rare people from that community that actually, I don't want to say got out, but made something of my life, and I feel blessed that that has happened, but it wasn't without trials and tribulations, you know. In the '80s, I was a party guy, man. I love to go to the parties and chase the girls and all of that, and I partied. I maybe partied too much, you know. Had a fall from grace, but it's not that you fall; it's that you rise back up,
Yeah.
and my life now, I live as a sober person. I live, with the blessing, of a higher power, which I call God, and I feel like I have a purpose, which we've been gifted these gifts, and
Yes.
want to be able to share the gifts, that I have as an artist, as a writer, as an actor, hopefully to make a difference in the world.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
I have something here that says you are a man who loves memoirs. Why is that?
Well, you know, well, first of all, writing my own memoir was so cathartic in that I was able to look back at my life and just see it from almost from a distance. And it was very interesting, to see the patterns, of my life. And when I read other memoirs, my sister told me years ago, she says, you just need to stop everything you're doing and write your memoir, you know. And I started reading memoirs and I didn't really know how to like get into it because I didn't want it to be um a self-indulgent, I'm kind of adverse to that kind of thing. But at the same time, I wanted to read, more like a novel than this. Oh man, look at me. Oh yeah, by the way, look at me. you know, you know. I didn't want it to read like that, And from what I've been told, in people that have read it, feel like it's man, it reads like a novel,
Mhm.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Here's a name that I know you know very well.
Mm.
Ben Guillory.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Ben Guillory, we have partnered, and we've done collaborated on how many projects? I mean, we did the Haitian trilogy, we did the Magnificent Dunbar Hotel, we did a heated discussion twice, a heated discussion and a heated discussion revisited. A number of readings, a number of short plays. So, and this has been a relationship that has been ongoing since 2001. As you know, the Roby Theater is the longest running, one of the longest running theaters in LA. They just had a 35th anniversary, I believe. And that's hard. That's hard to do, continuously. He and Danny Glover have just been, consistent, and I feel that I'm a part of that, that legacy, So yeah, Mr. Ben Guillory, for sure.
Theater. Goodness. Any other? Tell us about your upcoming project. I believe it has something to do with agenda.
Man, Ron, I'm so busy. My personally and professionally, I feel blessed. There's so much stuff going on in the world, and I just wanted to like just kind of laser focus in on the work, and trying to be relevant, trying to make a difference. I have a movie scheduled to come out in Atlanta next month in March. It's a comedy called The Stuttering Preacher, which I adapted from one of my plays, and it's a comedy. It's all about a preacher who stutters that's always trying to get laid. And
Did he say what I thought he said?
you know,
Yeah.
and Javon Johnson, who is another great friend of mine, and he's on the Oval right now. Been on the Oval for Tyler Perry's the Oval for a while, and he has a production company. He did the play here in LA back in '09. It's been a while, but he wanted to. Lee, let's make a movie, and I'm like, oh, hey, you don't have to twist my arm. So, so we shot the movie last year, and it's in post right now. So hopefully we'll get it out. Then I have some projects, theater projects that are going up in New York in the late spring, early summer. We're kind of working things out right now, but we're doing a reading of For the Love of Freedom, the trilogy, a Haitian trilogy, which I always wanted to be done in New York because of New York has such a large population of Caribbean people, and black and white. Of course, the Roby Theater did that originally here in LA. So we're working on getting that to New York. And then I have a couple of other projects that I kind of really talk about because they're in development, but with a I could say that the name of the producer is John Ewing, who has been doing some amazing things with Vendetta Films. He actually optioned my Bow Wow Club screenplay. And so we're looking to do some big things coming up here, man. I'm really excited about them. Working on some new writing and stuff. I felt like it was time because I hadn't written anything in a couple of years, and so now working on some new projects, writing projects, and trying to stay busy, man. Trying to stay relevant, and especially in this era,
Yes.
where things are not necessarily right, and especially with what they do is they try to cut the arts out. Heard what happened at with the Kennedy Center and all that. And but we have to stay
What was
diligent.
that about? Do you know?
Amen. Well, you know what it's about. It's about power and control ultimately, and who has the voice, the artists. The artists are the ones that shed light on the masses to show people a different way. That's what we do, and that's what I stand on the shoulders of those artists that came before me that were wanting to do things that were significant, not just ha ha ha, laugh, 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 and entertain, but also to educate, also to inspire, change, and tell the truth. And so and they want to, that's the first thing they want to get. They don't want the truth. That's the first thing they want to get rid of. But I'm diligent and committed, that my work be about that. There's definitely a method to the madness. There's a purpose.
Baby, how many hats do you wear?
Ah, well, you know what, Ron? I think I may have mentioned this before, but it's so funny. I started out as an actor, right, in New York City, and I got that whole hardcore New York theater background. I am a New York theater snob. I'm very critical of all that stuff that comes in New York City, and then I started writing, and I started writing out of a sense of responsibility. I would, as an actor, I'd read a lot of stuff and like, what is this? I don't know what this is. I don't know how important it is, or maybe it was just bad writing. But Nathan George, my mentor, one of my mentors, told me years ago. He said, Lee, if you wanna act in a great play, you want to do something important, write it yourself. And when he said that, it hit me in the head like a sledgehammer. So now it's like I say, acting is my love, writing is my responsibility. and I take that seriously. And then I found out that I had, been around for a while. I have some talent for directing, which I also love. And producing is just kind of like by default. People ask me, or out of necessity. I've learned how to do that. And there's a lot of satisfaction when something that you are producing actually, happens. You make it happen. And yeah, but yeah, man, I wear these hats, but I'm passionate about the acting and the and that well, all of it, but the writing as well. Very, very passionate about that.
Levy Lee, it's been a blessing to both hear you and see you, sir. Do
Yeah.
come back again. We're running out of time.
I'm
The clock
always
is-
I'm
oh,
always
good.
willing and whenever you call, I'm gonna be there, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. Best
Yes,
of luck,
sir.
and do break a leg.
Yeah, man, that's what we do. Break legs.
Uh, ladies and gentlemen, Levy Lee, Simon.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Take care of yourself. Take care.
Okay, take care now. All right.
Harlem. I love that. Much thanks to all our guests today: actress, producer, casting director Gloria Gifford, actor Ben Raanan, and writer, producer, actor, director Levy Lee Simon. The Actors' Choice is a presentation of B&B Productions. Rudolph Brewington is the president, and special thanks goes to our ever-growing audience. I'm Ron Brewington. See you next time.